Hello, BookTube, and welcome to Hours in My Library. Now we come to an odd volume. It's an odd volume, possibly in a number of ways, but the odd volume is an odd number from a set. This is what you think would be Roman letters 2, but it's actually 11. You can see it's a bit battered, a leather-bound volume. It is volume 11 of the works of Jonathan Swift, Dean of St. Patrick's, Dublin. And it was published London, printed for T. Osborne, W. Boyer, C. Bathurst, W. Stratham, J. Rivington, J. Hinton, L. Davis, and C. Reimers, R. Baldwin, J. Dodsley, S. Crowder and Company, and B. Collins in 1766. And the Roman numerals are, for the date, MDCCLXVI. So that's 1766. And I do like these where they've got the red for some of the typeface. And the typography is kind of interesting is here. It's got a signature of Mary, I think it's either, it should be Purcell. It's a stylized P, I think, written at the top. I do have another volume, I think, but I couldn't find it. From this set, and it's written with the sort of stylized, I guess what you would call it, S, where it's like it almost looks like a treble clef or an F, and it's for the long S, or the lowercase s generally in words, but not 100%. I remember reading up on this one time, and I was more confused after I read what the rules were for it than I was before. So that was not a good rabbit hole to go down. But this has stuff like the last speech and dying words of Ebenezer Elliston, who was executed on the 2nd of May, 1722, published at his desire for the common good. But like it would be published at his, there's a short S there, but the fire, it looks like an F. I don't know if you can see that. It may not be that clear. But it's the paper is quite thin, but well, it's not that thin, but it's like a rough paper. It's most likely rag paper, or there's a good chance in there. And as I said, this was published in 1766, and Jonathan Swift lived from 1667 to 1745. So this is only like 22 years after his death. So it's almost contemporaneous with people that would have known him for sure. And then there's other bits in here. It's a collection of his writings, a complete collection of the gentle and ingenious conversation according to the most polite mode and method now used at court and in the best companies of England, in 3 dialogues by Simon Wagstaff, Esquire. What a title. And there's other bits. There are articles that were in the Tatler from like the letters to Isaac Bickerstaff, Esquire, who was Steele? What's his name? Steele, that ran the Tatler. It was his pseudonym for writing. And there's a bunch of others. There's On the Trinity, the posthumous pieces in prose, first published in 1754. And there's a proposal for the giving badges to the beggars in all the parishes of Dublin by the Dean of St. Patrick's, written in the year 1737. He wrote satire, satirical stuff, and kind of biting things like taking it way over the top. And it's one of the best pieces that I've ever read of his is A Modest Proposal. And it's taken to the nth degree for absurdity to make a point. And that just has carried through for satire and humor in British humor. And I'll count him as British, sort of Irish, but the English sort of tradition of satire. And he also obviously wrote Gulliver's Travels. But this is a nice little book. Like I say, it would be nice if I had the whole set. But as it is, I've like I say, I'm pretty sure I've got 2 volumes, but I don't know where the second one is at the moment. But anyway, I'll see you next week, Book 2.